It's a live picture. 16 in the morning. Speaker Mike Johnson on the House floor ahead of a vote on the Republican Party's massive spending package. That legislation passed through the House Rules Committee late last night after 21 hours of debate and amendments. Dozens of last-minute changes were made, including increases to the state and local tax deduction cap, that's known as SALT, also speeding up the timeline for new Medicaid work requirements. Let's bring in the host of Way Too Early, Ali Vitale. Ali, good morning. So let's talk about first what's actually in the bill after all this back and forth.
Yeah, you've got 1,100 pages of bill text and then another 40 or so in that much anticipated manager's amendment, which has most of the compromises that Republicans made with leadership in it. It was a lot to parse through, but some of the top lines here. The first piece of this, the top line spending number around $4 trillion, about $2 trillion in cuts. But the actual debt increase is the piece of this that we've heard a lot about from hardline conservatives. According to the Joint Committee on Tax, a nonpartisan group that works with the Congressional Budget Office, $3.8 trillion increase to the debt because of this bill. In large part, that's because of the tax changes that are made here. Extending the 2017 Trump-set tax rates was a key priority. It's also one of the biggest things that adds to spending in this package. But another big point of contention was this SALT deduction cap. Now they've negotiated it that the cap will be $40,000. That's up from the $10,000 that was initially negotiated in 2017. That's a big win for people in blue states, people like Mike Lawler and others. So that was a key compromise point. Then also raising the child tax credit, no tax on tips. That was a big promise from President Trump during the campaign. Reforming IRS tax rules on U.S. hostages. Personal privilege on this one because I brought you this story back in January. It basically means that if you are taken hostage or wrongfully detained, you're not going to get hit with some IRS fees on the back end of that detention because, of course, you couldn't have paid your taxes during that time. On energy and tech, terminating Biden-era clean energy credits, this was another point of contention. It now sounds like, according to the manager's amendment, this is going to happen sooner rather than later. That might placate some Republican members who were initially unhappy. Also, investing in U.S. AI infrastructure is another piece in the energy and tech sector. On health care, and this is what we've heard Democrats talk about a lot, even some Republicans concerned about this, in large part because by bolstering Medicaid work requirements and increasing eligibility checks, it means that people are going to fall off of health care coverage potentially and creates a lot of red tape here. Also, barring Medicaid and CHIP funding for gender-affirming care for minors, a continued attack on the LGBTQ plus community in this bill. Also, blocking Medicaid money from nonprofit reproductive health providers. When you hear people talking about defunding Planned Parenthood, that's this provision, and it actually costs Republicans $300 million to do that. So it's not a cost saver in the end at all, though it does complete a policy priority Republicans have been pushing for a while there. And all in all, this means that 8.6 million Americans, according to the Congressional Budget Office, again, a nonpartisan group that scores or predicts what the impact of the legislation is, 8.6 million Americans will be without health insurance. The fact that these Medicaid work requirements now phase in 2026, earlier than they initially had been written, that placates some Republicans, but it also means that this is now squarely an election issue, as if it wasn't already. On food assistance, it's a similar story. It cuts $260 billion to SNAP, that's the food stamp program, requiring states to share SNAP costs by 2028. That's basically a big overhaul to the basic funding of this system. It also tightens work requirements for SNAP recipients, similar to what we see them doing on Medicaid eligibility. And on this front, it means 3.3 million Americans at least will lose access to their food assistance programs, something else we're likely to hear from Democratic members. And on immigration, this is one of the key spending mechanisms outside of extending the tax cuts. $110 billion through the Judiciary Committee in immigration enforcement spending, $81 billion of that to DHS, DOJ, HHS, all for processing immigrants at the southern border. It also imposes fees on various immigrant actions. For example, a $1,000 fee on immigrants who are trying to claim asylum. It's one of the ways that they're trying to pay for this influx of cash into the immigration system. And we've also seen this, the fact that the top 10% of earners here, again, according to the Congressional Budget Office, will be the ones that ultimately benefit. The bottom 10% of earners, the ones to ultimately lose out here. Again, a talking point. And then we come to the margins, the fact that Johnson can only afford to lose 3 Republicans. It was 1 going into it last night, Willie. But now we also see that Warren Davidson of Ohio, just in the last 2 minutes, has put out on X that he is a no on this for deficit concerns. So if they have 1 more, maybe 2 more, that's where we could get into problems. But we'll be watching closely during this vote.
Well, you led me to my next question, Allie, which is, does Speaker Johnson have the votes? It sounds like even if he has this vote in the next hour or so, it remains up in the air. Is that fair to say?
It remains up in the air, but Willie, I got to imagine that the speaker, while he has been willing to be caught trying and failing before on the floor, he thinks it applies some pressure to his members to get on board. Ultimately, I don't think they're doing this vote if they don't have the votes. And so the only other person we're watching here is potentially Chip Roy. He's been critical of the bill, but he never tells us how he's going to vote in advance. But still, you could lose 3 and still be fine. We know that Johnson has had the president's backing on this the whole way.
All right, we'll keep a close eye on it. Allie, stay with us. Let's turn.